Hello everyone, this is Congresswoman Rosa DeLaura, representing Connecticut's 3rd Congressional District. It is great to join you virtually at the Celebration of Joy event, and it is such an honor to be presented with the Advocate for Joy Award. Dr. Wilson, the work you and the entire Children's Defend Fund does on behalf of our children, especially the most vulnerable children in our country, is inspiring. And to all the advocates gathered here, thank you for speaking up on behalf of our children, dedicating your careers to the needs and amplifying their voices. Your work matters, and your work makes a difference. This is a special honor because the Inaugural Advocate for Joy Award recognizes our shared mission and our values to give voice for our community's youngest and most vulnerable members, our children and their families. I have long believed that if our country is to live by our professed values, we start with our children. Getting off to a good start should be our children's birthright. That is my vision and the moral center that focuses and drives my work in the Congress. My motivation stems from the words of Hubert Humphrey, who once said, and I quote, "The moral test of government is how that government treats those who are in the dawn of life, the children, those who are in the twilight of life, the elderly, and those who are in the shadows of life, the sick, the needy, and the handicapped." Since coming to the House of Representatives, guided by these values, my North Star, I have focused my work on policies that would improve the lives of children and families. I co-founded and co-chaired the Congressional Baby Caucus, advocating for affordable and enriching early learning opportunities, pushing for increased funding for programs like Head Start, preschool development grants, the Children's Health Insurance Program, and the Child Care Development Block Grant. I have focused on a working families agenda, universal paid family and medical leave, affordable quality health care, pay equity, equal pay for equal work, and creating an accessible national child care system for all. These are some of the policies at the center of my fight for children and working families, leading on legislation that years later would become mainstream. And of course, the child tax credit, the most important piece. I have been in this fight for nearly 2 decades, and it has been different than any other legislative fight I have had in the Congress. The biggest obstacle has not been lies or obstruction or direct opposition. There is no lobby against the child tax credit. The biggest obstacle is sheer indifference to the condition of children, particularly poor children. That is why I was so proud to have convinced the Biden administration to include the expanded and improved child tax credit as part of the American Rescue Plan, and I was grateful to see it signed into law, the largest tax cut for working families in generations, a lifeline to the middle class. It lifted half of our nation's children out of poverty. The child tax credit should be a flagship issue for both parties and for the country. We need to make the child tax credit permanent. At the very least, we need to extend this transformative law, and I will continue to make that fight. Extending it will help families pay for childcare, rent, utilities, gas, food, their children's education, and help people deal with the inflationary pressure that our country is facing during this cost of living crisis. With that, let me say thank you again for this honor, and I promise you that I will continue the work. I am touched by your generosity and your impact. That is why this means so much to me. So once again, thank you for the Advocate of Joy Award.